Alright, so I'm starting to work on the E-odyssey project. First thing is rip all this stuff out, work on the battery right now. Just going to take the battery out, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this off with the grinder. No reason to have any of this stuff. It's just going to make it harder to get the rest of the transmission and engine out. Just give myself a little more room. So let me get to that. Alright, so I got the left fender off, I got the battery out. Now I'm gonna cut these things off, and I'm gonna wear a full face shield because after stabbing myself in the arm with a jigsaw, I don't want to take any more chances to hurt myself. So I'm gonna take the 4-inch cutoff wheel and just start taking off those tubes and try not to cut into the base material. So I'm just going to cut them a little bit long and then grind them down as needed. Alright, quick update on the Odyssey. I have just removed both the splines. They were very difficult to get off. I had a friend of mine weld that up for me, and thank goodness the one I welded broke on the first 3 hits. But I had to beat the snot out of it with a slide hammer, put heat on it, and then it finally came off. But man, those things were on there good. I was sitting there beating the snot out of them with everything I had, and it was not budging. I put heat on it and it didn't budge, and then I kept putting heat on it and it finally came off. So it has this aftermarket, or not aftermarket, but cobbled together plate that's on there. I'm going to get that taken off. I've got the drive line kind of designed up. I've got this lower part frame in CAD. I need to put in this other upper part just so that the rest of the stuff is in the CAD so I can see exactly what's going on, because I am running the frame right up against here, and so I might have some issues with this guy, and this guy might need to be taken out. I don't know. We'll see. And then I was looking at putting in 2 batteries, one across there and one across up there, but I might need to do something with this frame right here. I'm not sure. So I've got that frame right now is not in the CAD. I've just got this loop and that bottom member there, so it's still missing a lot of stuff. So I need to get the rest of the stuff in the CAD so I can see what's going on, kind of visualize a little bit better. But you know, that's where we're at, slowly taking it apart. Alright, 100 degrees out here, and I was able to bust off all the bolts. I was amazed how easily they came off. That one's got a little residual oopsie to it because of the tube having a bend in it. That's going to be fun to put back on. Not sure what I'm going to do there, just manhandle it. So I got all the bolts off. Now let's try to pull this guy off. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to cut out this guy right here. I'm just going to do a cut straight down there, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with the weld. I don't know what I'm going to do right now just yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. All right. Gonna look from behind. It's gonna be something like that. Not, I mean, a little more centered, of course. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, that the motor was gonna be up underneath here. And then with my measurements, they said that would be okay. Just had to cut out that whole section. And what I'm thinking I have to do is to build something from here, and it comes out around the motor, then up. So that picture doesn't get in the way of the shock or anything. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That, or I build something that goes down underneath and then back up, but stays out of the way of the CV joint, because I got the CV joint coming out right there. Okay, awesome. Progress. Alright, so what I figured out is that this cross member right here is getting in the way of the motor. I want the motor to drop down a little bit lower, but I can't with that cross member, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cut that cross member out, and I'm just going to replace it back here. Put another cross member in right here, so it's out of the way of the motor, but still lets the motor drop down. Okay, so cut out that tube. Now let's go put the motor back in and see how that fits without that tube, and then we can drop it a lot lower, I think. Alright, finally got the motor positioned where I want it. It's pretty centered, pretty straight. So I was just taking pictures of how I want the motor mount to work. I'm going to have one C-plate come around here and mount this side, and then up over there where there's some extra holes, I'm going to put a mount from that beam up to there. So pretty simple. But yeah, once I get the motor mounted, then I can move on to working with the rear suspension. And the other thing I noticed is that I will be able to put 2 to 3 battery packs on top of the motor. So I'll have to get a frame going there. But I was thinking about doing 2 on the side, 2 in the back, and 2 on the side for a total of 6 modules. But that's still, that's what I've been thinking this entire time. But I was trying to put 2 right here in the front, top to bottom. But that was with my old setup. My old setup was more of a vertical up and down design, whereas this one's more of a horizontal design, even though it's pretty compact, but it's relatively low. So it looks like I'll be able to have a module here and a module here. So that's 60 pounds right there, and then 60 pounds on the side, 60 pounds, 60 pounds. So, yep, making slow progress. All right, so what I did is just took the picture and kind of scaled everything about how I wanted it to work. Those are, so right here are the 2 front mounts I'm going to use, and then I'm going to weld it to the frame right there. That's an 1.25 inch tube right there. And so then I get that and cut this guy out, transfer it onto some steel, and start grinding. Well, I had this piece just laying around. Couldn't ask for a more perfect fit.